In this video, we're going to solve equations that have some like terms. So we're going to, Mr. Robbins introduced us to CBS, where we combine, balance, and solve when we're solving equations. So we'll use that as we go. Let's start with an equation to combine some terms. We're going to do 2x plus 6x equals 16. So we look at what we have and we notice that the 2 is the coefficient, the variable is x, but we have 2x and we have 6x. So those are the same kind of terms. They can be combined. So 2x plus 6x is going to be 8x. So we add the coefficients and bring the variable with us. And so 8x equals, now I do things a little differently than some, it's just how I learned, but I put a line down where the equal sign stays, because an algebraic equation needs to always be in balance, and so that's part of balancing, right? But we're going to we keep this for our equal sign. So we have combined 2x plus 6x, and this still equals 16. Now, we're going to do part of the balance, because part of balancing is doing the inverse operation, okay? The inverse operation. And another word for inverse would be opposite. Okay, so we're going to put opposite, because when we look at this is 8x. You have 8 x's, right? But if you were to say it with a type of operation, it's 8 times x. And the inverse operation, or opposite of times, is going to be divide, right? So we're going to divide this by 8. We're taking away that coefficient, we're taking away the number, because the whole idea of an equation, solving it, is to find out what x is, to get x all by itself. So we're dividing this side by 8. We also have to do that on the other side. Mr. Robbins would say that we are equal opportunity mathematicians. I just say, man, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So either way, we are remembering that we have to do it to both sides. That is going to 8 over 8. That's 1, right? So that cancels out, and we're going to bring it down with just x equals, and then 16 divided by 8 is 2. So we know that x equals 2 is our answer, okay? So let's look at another one that has another step, because it's going to have a different kind of term included. So this one is going to be 3x plus 2x minus 10 equals 15. Okay, I'm going to draw a line. So as I'm going to go left to right. So it doesn't matter if I have 5 different things that I'm looking at. Let's go left to right as we're solving. So as I go left to right, these two are both the same as far as types of terms. So 3x plus 2x, 3 plus 2 is 5x. And then bring down minus 10 equals 15. Okay, so now we look at this, the 5x and the 10 are not the same, because this doesn't have, there's no x, there's no variable with that 10. It's a constant, so it's constantly 10 by itself. So in solving our equation, we're still going to get x by itself. We need to get rid of the 10. In order to do that, we're going to go back up here and remember that we're going to do the inverse operation, or the opposite. So this is a negative 10 or minus 10. We're going to add 10. And of course, we have to add 10 to the other side. So when we do that, these 10s cancel out. We're going to bring down the 5x, because that's what's left after we cancel that out. 5x equals 15 plus 10, 25. Then we get down to our last step, which we're going to do just about all the time, is divide by the coefficient that's with the x. So dividing by 5 on both sides. And then we have our answer that x equals 25 divided by 5 is 5. So x equals 5 is going to be our solution. So that is solving equations that has some like terms, and then we threw in one that has a different term.